What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is July the 10th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and where big money is gravitating towards today. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, today is part 2 of Powell testifying, and I think in reality the worst is behind us, and so far the market kind of liked what he did say. Of course, he kind of said some negative things on why they might be cutting rates, but regardless, the market, all they care about right now is cutting rates. So based on consensus, it seems to be for the September 18th meeting, so we'll just have to wait and see. But aside from that, a couple of other Fed speakers throughout the day, no true data points, so it's just going to be Feds today. And as of right now, though, the market seems to be warming to what was said yesterday. Fear and greed index is at 52, so under the neutral category. So people's appetite for risk is definitely there. A lot of the stocks I'm going to be talking on are and have been very volatile, so they're kind of moving in opposite directions. So I'm going to break that down for you. Starting off with SOFI. I gotta give it to them. Round of applause. I did a video when it was at like $6.17, kind of explaining why it was going down. But this kind of bounce that happened yesterday was absolutely phenomenal. It was amazing, amazing stuff. I'm lucky enough, I guess, to buy at $6.16. But man, this is some crazy ass stuff. And looking right here, there was no official news that did come out so far this morning. I already brought this up in my dedicated SOFI video and my pre-market, so this was nothing really to buy based on. So there was nothing to really drive it higher. So it's very, very interesting. Some points to watch for though is $6.28 to hold, and then from here on out, it's going to be $6.50, so that man-made resistance point that is associated to options. So those are some things to watch for. Hopefully SOFI just randomly continues to push higher and touches this pivot point, because that's going to be the next strong resistance. Moving on, Vivo Power International, pretty kick-ass name if you ask me, but VVPR, it is up 103.18% based off this news that came out after hours yesterday. So Vivo Power secures extension for 34 million loan financing facility agreement. So normally this would be nothing, the fact that they got an extension agreement, but knowing that it is a 8.34 million market cap company, kind of makes sense. So there's quite a big pump associated to this. Whether it's justified or not, I don't really see so, but if you kind of look back at what did happen, all it takes is a small amount of volume and the stock clearly goes up. So you never know. The stock isn't a squeeze play because short interest is 0.91%. So again, something to kind of keep in mind. But with it at $4.87, it just recently bounced off this pivot. So 505 is going to be the next strong resistance / target that you'll want to watch for today. And just to kind of give you an overview, looking at the 1 day, you do see $3.75 going to be the next strong support. So today is going to be a very volatile day. Regardless, I don't really see this as a reason to buy, but then again, over this last 2 weeks, there's just been some random stocks going up for whatever reason, and it sticks, and ZAPP is one of them. I'm going to be talking on ZAPP in a moment, but yeah, I think this one definitely add to your watch list. Moving on, NAAS Technology, it is up 61.85%. And speaking of no news, nothing like that, like they regained compliance end of June. There's been absolutely no articles about it, no SEC filings. So this is once again another definition of, I don't know. It's literally just going up, and I feel like there's one of these kind of scenarios happening every single day, that one of these stocks is just booming post reverse stock split. So yeah, it's a very unique circumstance. Short interest is very low in this company as well, so 0.66%. So again, something to keep in mind. And as of right now, with it at $5.28, it is trading between this pivot and this R1. So 441 is going to be the next strong support, and then $6.70 is going to be that next strong resistance / target. Like I said at the very beginning, people's appetite for a risk is starting to increase, and it's very resemblant based on everything that I have so far talked on, with the exception of SOFI. Well, even SOFI moving up as much as it has been definitely is a sign that people want it higher, and that normally doesn't happen unless your appetite for risk is going up. So again, something just to kind of break it down. ZAPP is down 22.9% this morning. No news, nothing. In reality, nothing really prompted it to go up other than it was extremely shorted. Right now, short interest is 28.02. I would show you Ortex, but I think we already know at this stage in the game, Ortex is just, it doesn't like mornings for whatever reason. And similar to what I mentioned with ZAPP over the last several trading days, there's no point talking about fib levels, nothing along those lines. Doesn't really benefit, and it's well above all the key points. So again, just kind of tread cautiously. This one is a very, very unique circumstance, and so far this morning it does show that big money is massively getting into ZAPP. So that's all you need for a momentum play. So I wouldn't really count it down and out. Any stock going up this percentage is going to have a certain level of profit taking. So this morning could just be attributed to that and not a full-on breakdown. But once again, do your own due diligence. Over the last 5 days, it's gone up 321%. So very crazy stuff. LegalZoom. So this one I actually do have prior to today. It is down 28.54%, but a abnormal amount of money is, I guess, essentially selling. But what news did come out after hours yesterday? So LegalZoom announces leadership transition. So it looks like they did announce a new chairman, board of directors, 𝗪𝗓𝗧𝗪, and also the departure of the CEO. And so that new director, I think, is going to be also moving into that CEO role. So definitely whenever a CEO moves, exits for the next chapter, as what's stated right here, it's always a very bad sign. So this one isn't necessarily the best. With it at $5.63, it is trading between this S3 and this S2. So $2.50 is going to be the next strong support. And then $5.86 is going to be that next strong resistance / target. So given the circumstances, this company is profitable. I would say that it's going to fight to this S2. But again, I think it's all depends on what the market does see. This one could definitely go up very high because again, it is a profitable company, and things have slowed down somewhat, so that's something just to keep in mind. But is it justified for a 30% downtrend? I would say not so much. Just to give you an overview, this is right here, the quarterly. So net income over the last, ever since mid-2023, they have been profitable. So yeah, it's a unique circumstance. Moving on to last stock. It's not getting that much heavy volume, but I do want to bring it up similar to SOFI because I started to cover it more and more now, and that is Faraday. So it is down 1.85%. No actual news this morning, no SEC filings. They do have a shareholder meeting that is slated for July the 31st. So typically what happens is companies go radio silent for the most part up until 1 week prior. So don't really anticipate all that much in news. If you are looking at trading it though, with it at 38 cents pre-market, it is trading right above this S1. So just watch for that to hold. If not, 34.5 is going to be the next strong support. On the flip side, 44 is going to be the next strong resistance / target. But in my opinion, I think it's just going to have a lot more downward pressure up until the shareholder meeting. A lot of fears associated to the reverse stock split, raising of the authorized shares, and many, many more things. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Is there any other stocks that is floating your boat, and why? So throw the tickers in the description below. One final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.